Now, the South African Federation of Trade Unions, as well as Fawu and Giwusa, will be meeting with Trade and Industry Minister Ebrahim Patel. They are set to engage over a long-running dispute with the management of the dairy company Clover. The meetings aim to find solutions to putting a moratorium on retrenchments. Saftu's General Secretary Zwelinzima has expressed concerns that 2,000 workers stand to lose their jobs. eNCA reporter Lindokuhle Xulu is tracking the story for us, and he joins us now live. Lindo, do you know anything that's been happening in the meeting, if it started yet?
It's not started yet, Masejo. We've wanted to be early so that to witness everything that will be happening. But I can tell you that there is that meeting you're rightfully saying is expected today. This meeting is between trade union, that is Saftu, together with the two trade unions, Fawu as well as Giwusa, that are representing the workers in Clover. But also this meeting is expected to be with the Minister of Trade and Industry, that is Ebrahim Patel. It's all about trying to sort out the issues of closure. Many people would have seen workers of Clover actually being on a strike or industrial action. Now, this is because it's a story really that dates back to 2019, after Clover was sold to Milko, which is a company that is from Israel by the Central Bottling Company. So essentially what is happening is that after the purchasing of Clover, there was an understanding that was brought forth by the Competition Tribunal to say that while this 4.8 billion rand trade is happening, they do not want to see retrenchment at Clover for a projected 3 years. Now, 3 years from 2019, 2020 and 2021. But trade unions have come out right. For 10 months they've been on strike, but essentially saying that whatever has been set, whatever conditions have been agreed with the Competitions Tribunal have not been met, essentially because the company had promised to create more jobs instead of cut any jobs. They've promised that there won't be any retrenchments, but over the years trade unions are saying, or unions in fact, are saying that this has since happened. They've seen about 800 people being sacked in terms of their jobs, and 800 more, we understand, have been given retrenchment letters. So they're saying that among working conditions and all of that, they are trying to protest so that all of the retrenchments that are planned by the company and all those that have happened must in fact be addressed. So essentially that's the gist of what this is all about. Now, Saftu, a trade union led by Zwelinzima, is trying to find solutions really in terms of how they can sort this out, because employees have been on strike since last year. It's about 2 months, 10 weeks if you will, but for 10 weeks they've been on strike, and now they are just trying to find a solution via the Trade and Industry Minister Ebrahim Patel.
And Linda, I believe that the problem started in 2019 when Clover delisted at the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. We're hearing from Clover workers that since then, all that's been happening is job shedding this entire time.
Not just job shedding, Masejo, you're right. They would have been delisted at that particular JSE because obviously now they are owned by an international company that is from Israel, as far as we understand. But what had happened afterwards, as we understand from the trade unions as well as workers that have been on strike, is the fact that things started changing after that. They're not only speaking about the shedding of jobs, they're also speaking about the fact that some factories had been closed, and that working conditions have not been good, and that some workers in fact were even given the option of saying they must in fact take a 20% wage or salary reduction or actually face retrenchment. So those are some of the things that are said by the union as well as the workers. But of course, Clover has always been referring media inquiries to statements that they have put, but essentially speaking about the fact that they do not have a choice but to undergo this retrenchment so as to make Clover profitable, because it hasn't been for a number of years. But of course, the person at the center of this now is Ebrahim Patel, the Minister in the Trade and Industry, who needs then to come up with a solution, because Saftu, together with the unions representing workers from Clover, is coming today, knocking at his door and trying to ask for solutions in terms of this impasse that these two groups are finding themselves in.